Zoe, dear, how are you not so ashamed of yourself right now?
Huh? Wendy? What do you mean?
Well, I was just out in town when I saw you walking along with some other man who wasn't my Henry. You were laughing and smiling like a little girl with a massive crush. I mean, you're married to my son, and you're out there flirting with other men and going on dates with them? That is definitely not acceptable.
Hang on, you just saw me in town?
Yes, I was out doing my morning shopping, and there you were, brazen as anything.
It's not what you think, Wendy. Honestly, there's a reasonable explanation for all of this.
Oh, please. As if I haven't heard that excuse before. I told Henry that he was making a big mistake when he married you, and what do you know? I was right. He should have just listened to me when I told him to dump you and leave you at the altar.
Hang on, you actually told him to leave me at the altar?
Yes, and he should have done it too. It would have saved him a lot of time, effort, and money. I mean, you've just gone and cheated on him. Now he's going to have to go through a whole messy divorce and everything. Oh, and my friends will just have a field day with this gossip. They'll be hounding me, asking me how I could let my sweet boy marry a horrible woman like you.
Look, Wendy, I'm not sure where you've got this idea that I'm cheating on my husband, because I'm not. I'm very happy with Henry. If you just come round to the house this afternoon, I'm sure we can get everything cleared up, okay?
Well, if you say so. Very well. I'll come round. But you better have a good explanation for what I've seen today.
I do, don't worry. Just come round around 2, okay? I'll be back by then.
Uh-huh, sure. Henry, dear, do you have a moment?
Mom? Yeah, I've got a moment to talk. Is everything all right?
Well, no, not really.
What's wrong?
Zoe's cheating on you.
What?
Yes, I saw her this morning, walking in town with some strange man who I had never seen before. I swear she was flirting with him nonstop. It was terrible to watch.
I don't understand.
I did tell you not to marry her, didn't I tell you? But you just ignored me and went ahead and did it anyway. Now look at the situation you're in. And with your birthday coming up as well, how horrible can she get, huh? I say that you should just divorce her now and be done with it. There's no reason to be upset. You can do so much better anyway. You could finally take Linda's girl out on a date. You know, the one I tried to set you up with before this harlot came along. Susan is still lovely and single, and I'm sure she'd be more than happy to go on a date with you.
Whoa. Hold on, Mom. I'm not just gonna walk out on Zoe. I want to know what's going on for real. I'm gonna go home and have a chat with her about it. I'm sure that this has just been one huge misunderstanding. She'd never do something like that to me. We love each other too much for that.
Yes, well, she clearly doesn't love you as much as you love her. Honestly, Henry, just listen to me for a change and leave that woman. She's no good for you.
Mom, please, just don't, okay?
Fine.
Thank you. I've got to get back to work, but I'll have that conversation with Zoe tonight, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Yes, okay. I look forward to it. I'm sure it will be a very interesting chat. Honestly, Zoe, what are you doing? Have some decency, will you? I mean, who just prances around their home in their underwear? What if someone knocks at the door?
Huh? Wendy? How on earth do you know what I'm doing?
Huh? Oh, well, lucky guess. You seem like the type of woman who would do that, and I just think a text to remind you not to every now and then is for the best.
Right.
Anyway, your dinner is going to burn if you don't go to it. Probably. You might want to get that sorted for when Henry gets back home. He's going to be hungry after work, and I want to make sure that my boy is getting what he deserves. In all aspects of his life.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Now take your potatoes off of the hob before they boil over, and get dressed for goodness sake.
Okay, Mike, I honestly can't deal with this anymore. I am so stressed. I'm just going to have to tell Henry the truth.
What do you mean? What's happened?
Well, last week when I said Henry's mom saw us in town? Well, she's gone and told Henry that I'm cheating on him with you. Henry asked me if I was cheating on him, and of course I told him I hadn't, but then I didn't want to say anything about you because I wanted it to be a surprise for his birthday. But it seems like I'm going to have to tell him because he's just getting more and more tense. He could tell I was lying when he asked me if I had been spending any time with men who aren't him. Not to mention that this entire week Wendy has been messaging me out of the blue, commenting on things I've been doing whilst I've been at home. It's like she can see me. But I know she's not, lurking outside of my house or anything. I feel like I'm going insane.
It'll be okay, Zoe. It's almost Henry's birthday. Just a couple more days and we can reveal our secret. As for his mom, have you ever thought that maybe she's bugged your house with some cameras or something?
She wouldn't do that. Surely. You don't think she'd do that, do you?
I'm not sure. I've never met her after all. But from what you've told me about her last week, I wouldn't be so surprised.
Well, maybe there's a way that I can check. I mean, if she did set up any cameras, I bet it was so that she could film us together in the house and use it as so-called evidence to show Henry to get him to leave me.
No offense, but your mother-in-law sounds kinda crazy.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Ha! I knew it. I knew you were lying to me, Zoe. I saw everything. I know that you just let that man from the other day into your house. I bet you two are going to go and cheat together. Well, I won't let you. I'm calling Henry right now, and he'll be right over to sort everything out and finally divorce your butt. And don't even think of trying to lie your way out of it. I've got the footage on my phone from the mini cameras I put in your house. I bet you didn't expect that now, did you? LOL. Henry will leave you in no time. Just you wait and see.
Huh, so you did hide cameras in my home. I mean, I'd kind of guessed you had, but the fact that you just told me so willingly makes things clear.
Huh?
Oh well, I can sue you for invasion of privacy and all that,
What? No, you can't. Besides, you'll be the one being sued for breaking my poor Henry's heart with your adulterous ways. In fact, I'm going to tell him right now to go home and catch you in the act. I mean, how selfish can you get? On his birthday of all days. Henry, quick. You need to go home now. Zoe's there with some strange man. The one I saw from the other day.
What? Okay, I'm on my way home then.
Zoe, I demand you tell me what's going on. Why is Henry hugging that man like that? Why would he hug the man you're cheating on him with? I'm so confused. Tell me, what's happening?
Oh, Wendy, yes. Well, if you had actually come to have a chat the other day, you'd have known that this man, Mike, is Henry's best friend. The two have been separated for quite a while due to Henry leaving the army and Mike staying in it for a little while longer. When I heard that he was leaving the army as well, I took it as my chance to surprise Henry, who I knew would be so grateful to see Mike again and spend some time with him. They were like brothers when they served together, and I knew it would mean so much to both of them to see each other again.
But that's not right. You were cheating with that stranger. That's what you were doing.
No, actually, that's not what I was doing at all. Unlike you, who have been spying on me for the past week.
Oh, about that.
Nuh-uh. No way you're getting off the hook for this one. You violated not just my privacy, but Henry's too. I mean, who does that? Put cameras in someone else's home? It's crazy.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that my son wasn't being lied to or anything. Is that so wrong?
Yes, when it involves setting up cameras and spying on me. Henry's not happy about it either. He said that he'll be having a word with you about everything, especially the fact that you were so eager to try and get rid of me. I mean, I know we've not always been the best of friends, but I thought you at least respected me and the fact that I was married to your son. I guess not, though.
Well, of course not. You're not right for my son. I know him the best, so I know who he should be with better than anyone And it's not someone like you.
Actually, Mom, I think I know who I should be with better than anybody. I don't need you to decide for me.
Henry?
Yes, I'm using Zoe's phone, and I have to say that I'm incredibly disappointed in you. I mean, cameras? In my home? We seriously need to have a chat about your behavior and why you've tried so hard to split me and Zoe up. It's not okay. Whether you like her or not is not even the point. The fact that I love her and that I've decided to be with her should be all that matters. I mean, I shouldn't have to explain any of this to you. You should already know what it's like to be in love with someone and not have the approval of your in-laws. Didn't Grandma and Grandpa on Dad's side hate you when they met you?
Yes, well...
No. There's nothing to be said at the moment. I'm going to enjoy my birthday with my wife and my best friend. We can talk later.
Okay then, Henry.
Thank you. It's me again, Wendy. I just thought that I'd say goodbye for now.
Yes, goodbye, Zoe. I'm sorry about the cameras. I guess I got a bit crazy there. I just wanted to make sure that my son was okay.
I understand. Sort of. Just know this, though. I love Henry with all of my heart, and I would never dream of betraying him like that. I promise.
Thank you. Well, I'll let you get back to celebrating. I'm sorry again.
I'm sure we can maybe start over and try having a better relationship this time round. For both of our sakes and Henry's.
Yes, definitely.
After that whole debacle, Henry did end up having words with his mom. But luckily, she came to her senses and admitted that what she had done was wrong. She also apologized and promised not to do it again. Since then, my relationship with her has gotten a bit better. She no longer hates my guts, and I can actually stand to have a conversation with her now. It's going to take a little while, but with our relationship on the mend, I think things are going to become much better. Sometimes, people just need a second chance and a chance to apologize for the wrongs they have done. You never know what it might lead to.
Hey, sweetie, I just wanted to ask if you remembered that it was your parents' anniversary today. I didn't know if you wanted to do something for them, maybe a meal somewhere nice.
Huh? Oh, yeah, I'd completely forgotten that it was that time of year. Yeah, a meal somewhere nice sounds good. Could you set it up with my mom? I'm a bit busy at the moment, so I don't have time to message her and sort out all the details.
Really? Don't you have, 5 minutes to talk to her?
Come on, Nancy, don't start again, please. I'm very busy and I don't have the time to talk to my mom for over half an hour. You need to get over this idea that she's trying to bully you or whatever. My mom's a lovely woman and she can never do anything like that. She's probably just a bit shy, so she comes across like she's being condescending or rude or something when in reality she just doesn't know how to speak to you, okay? So just suck it up and talk to her. You'll see that you're just being ridiculous.
I really don't think that she's being shy, Victor. Your mom simply doesn't like me. That's all there is to it. I have tried everything that I can to get on her good side. I've been polite, helpful, and cheerful. I've never been rude to her or tried to undermine her, unlike her, and yet no matter what I do, Mary simply doesn't like me. There's literally nothing else that I can do. Every time I talk to her, she'll be completely horrible to me if no one is around. I honestly just think that you should talk to her and then everything will go smoothly.
Look, I'm not gonna entertain this ridiculous idea that my mom hates you. I've got stuff to do, so you need to make the call. I'm not gonna say it again. Now, I need to get back to work. I'll see you later. Goodbye.
See ya. Hi, Mary. I just wanted to say happy anniversary. I know you and John have been together for quite a while now, and it's lovely to see that you're still going strong all these years later. I hope me and Victor can be just as strong as you two.
Oh, it's you. Yes, well, thank you. Although, I don't see what's so remarkable about it. If you young adults actually bothered to talk to one another and work to solve problems, there would be far less divorces in the world. I'm guessing you're one of these women who think that if they don't get their way, that it's okay to get a divorce?
Ah, I believe that if it is needed, then a divorce can sometimes be the best option for couples. Although it's always a last resort, as no one wants to separate from their partner if it can be helped.
Uh-huh. Although, in all honesty, my Victor would be much better off divorced from you. After all, you're not really a good wife, are you?
Yes, well, Good job that we both love each other very much then, isn't it? Anyway, I've just messaged to ask if you would like me to set something up for tonight, for you and John. I asked Victor earlier and he thought a nice meal somewhere might be a good way to spend the evening, if you'd like to. I just wanted to know if there was somewhere in particular that you'd like to go, so that I can book an appropriate table.
Oh, joy. So I get to spend my anniversary evening with you? I honestly couldn't think of anything worse, to be honest. I mean, why not just lock me in a box full of spiders? That would be much more preferable than having to spend an evening with you and listening to you droll on and on about boring things.
Look, Mary, there's no need to be horrible. I wouldn't be the only one there. Your husband and Victor would be there too. Also, if you wanted to, you could invite other people. Honestly, we could actually just avoid each other all night if that's what you wanted to do. There's actually no reason for us to interact at all, apart from maybe saying hello and goodbye. I just think Victor would like to spend the evening celebrating his mom and dad's marriage with you. Okay?
Fine, but I'm doing it for my son and my husband. Don't think I actually want to spend any time with you.
Fine. So, how many people do I need to book this table for, and where am I booking it?
Book it for the Watermill Inn for 7 p.m. tonight, and book it for 8. I'm going to invite my sister and her partner, and John might want to invite his brother and his wife.
Okay then, I'll get that all booked up.
Oh, and you'll be paying for it all, won't you?
Pardon?
You heard me. You're going to pay for this meal, right?
Well, I mean, I'm sure me and Victor can cover you and John as well as our own meals. I'm pretty sure that Victor would be more than happy to do that as a present to you too. But there's no way that we could afford 4 more meals on top of that. It would simply be too expensive.
Well, that's not any good. If you're taking us out for a meal, then you need to pay for it. I never asked you to do this. You thought of this all yourself, so you need to fund it. You can't just pay for yourself and mine and John's meals and leave out the others. That would be incredibly rude. I mean, do you want it to look like I'm snubbing them?
No, of course not. I don't want your sister and brother-in-law to think that you're purposely being rude to them. But the fact is that Victor and I simply couldn't afford to pay for 8 people's meals. I mean, if each person's meal equals roughly $40, then that would be $300 on one meal. That's simply far too much money for us to be able to afford.
It's really not so bad. You're just being cheap.
I'm really not, Mary. But in case you've forgotten, I'm currently between jobs, so Victor and I don't have a lot of money at the moment.
Oh, yes. I had forgotten that you decided to quit your job just so that you could leech off of my son. How's that going for you? Are you happy that you're being nothing but a drain on my son's life and resources?
I didn't just quit my job, Mary. It's simply finished. It wasn't my fault that it went out of business, and that because of that I lost my job. And it's not like I've been sitting about and twiddling my thumbs. I've actually started a new college course which will help me progress my skills and allow me to apply for higher paying jobs. It's also in a career that I find incredibly interesting. So I am actually going to enjoy my job for a change.
I honestly can't say that I care at all. I mean, you can try and spin it how you want, but the fact of the matter is that you are nothing but a poor loser who got fired because she was no good at her job. As well as that, you sound like a child when you say that you want to do a job that you'll actually enjoy. No one enjoys their job. It's simply work, a way to earn money. To actually try and get a job that you enjoy is something a child would say. Although I can't exactly say that I'm surprised by what you're saying. You're not exactly the brightest person I've ever met.
Look, Mary, I've tried to be kind and polite and civil to you, but you clearly don't want to be the same way with me. So I'm going to tell you this now, and I'm going to be honest. I don't like the way that you talk to me. You treat me as if I'm stupid, and you are so horrible to me when I have done absolutely nothing to you. I'm sick and tired of trying to be nice to you when you so clearly don't want to reciprocate the gesture. So from now on, I'm just not going to bother. If you want to be a horrible and unnecessarily vitriolic woman, then fine. But I'm not going to let you bring me down to your level. I'll be polite and civil with you tonight, for Victor's sake. But after that, I'm not going to bother with you at all. And that includes if and when me and Victor have children.
What do you mean? Are you going to keep my grandchildren from me?
No, of course not. I'm not going to go out of my way to bring them to you. If you want to see them, then either Victor will have to take them to see you, or you'll have to come to my house, or you'll have to respect my rules.
But that's not fair.
It is more than fair.
However, I'm not going to get into this with you right now. Instead, I'm going to book the restaurant and hope that this evening will be over and done with quickly.
Just you wait. My son is going to hear about how you've treated me today, and then you'll be sorry. He won't let you get away with talking to me like that. I am his mother, and if you have any children, their grandmother. I have every right to see them whenever I want, and I'm allowed to teach them whatever I want to, as I am the oldest and therefore wisest person they will know.
Well, you're definitely old, that's for sure. I wouldn't say that you were wise, though.
Why, how dare you?
Look, Mary, I'm not going over this with you again. Tonight will be the last night we ever have to deal with one another again. Unless it's for something really important. I don't want to have to deal with you at all in my day-to-day life.
Well, that makes two of us at least. But if you think that I'm not going to say anything to Victor, you're completely wrong. He's going to know exactly what kind of a horrible woman you are. God, I told him not to marry you. I said that he was too good for you, and he still did it anyway. Guess he thought he was doing you a favor and was being charitable or something. I mean, no one would ever want to be with you otherwise, unless they did it out of pity.
If you were so against him marrying me, why did he go through with it then? Is it because he actually loves me despite what you say?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. He married you for your money.
Huh?
Yeah, he said that you earned a decent wage at the time and that he was going to marry you so that you could pay for the rent and the bills and stuff whilst he spent his money how he wanted to. But now that you're out of work, he's the one who's been stuck working a job he hates just so he doesn't wind up on the streets. Honestly, you need to take better care of your husband, Nancy. My son deserves much more than what you're currently offering him.
Well, I think I'll be having a little word with Victor about all of this. For now, I'm going to go. I will see you later tonight, Mary, and that will hopefully be the last time for a while that I will see you.
Likewise.
Nancy, we clearly need to talk. The way you've acted tonight is simply not okay. You can't just storm out of a restaurant like that. You made me look like a complete idiot.
I'm the one who's acted horribly? Were you at the same table I was? Your mom was the epitome of vile. She was laying into me and bullying me so much that I actually almost cried.
Oh, you're overreacting. Just because she might have said a few things that you didn't like the sound of, doesn't mean that she was being horrible. You can't just handle being told the truth, that's all.
The truth? You think it's true then? That I'm a horrible wife who can never do anything right and who would be better off gone?
Well...
Nice. Thanks for that, Victor. I'm only your wife.
Then, well, I'm tired of sugarcoating it for you.
Sugarcoating what?
Well, I'm tired of you. You're not a good wife, and I'm sick of funding everything for you. I mean, honestly, you've been out of work for ages now, and I'm tired of having to pay for everything. I have no money to buy things for myself anymore.
Well, that's just kind of what being in a relationship entails. We'll have to be there for one another and look after each other when we need to. I mean, I looked after you when you were out of work. I paid for everything you wanted, along with the bills and the rent on the house. I think you can help out a little bit at the minute.
Well, I don't care what you think. I don't want to be spending all my money on boring things, so I'm not going to.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to bother spending any more money on you and whatever you want. I'm just going to go and have fun doing what I want.
But you can't do that. We have bills to pay and stuff.
Nope, you have bills to pay. I have some brand new shoes to go and buy.
Why are you being so obstinate? I thought we were in this together.
Well, you thought wrong. My mom's hoping you'll become the perfect wife, but you're far from it. It was hilarious to hear it go off on you.
Right. I've had enough. Leave my house immediately.
Huh?
You want to go off and tell me that I'm not a good wife? Well then fine. I'm done being your wife then.
Done being my wife?
Yep. I was waiting to see how you would treat me. What with how your mom was acting towards me as well. I wanted to see if you would back me up and stop your mom from being such a bully, but instead, you decided to be vile to me as well. Not to mention that I also know all about your girlfriend.
My... What? What are you on about?
Oh, you know, Clara? The woman you've been cheating on me with? That's who I'm on about.
How did you...
Your mom told me. During one of her rants where she was belittling me again, she let slip that you've been seeing someone else behind my back, saying that she can't wait for this other woman to become her daughter-in-law instead of me. So, I decided to look into it, and she was telling the truth. I've just been waiting to see if you would actually man up and tell me yourself. I guess I was hoping too much from you there.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't want to be with you anymore anyway.
Whatever. However, because I am the one whose name is on the house lease, I'm the one who gets to decide who lives in it and who doesn't. And I really don't want you living with me anymore. You can go and stay with your new girlfriend. But the house is mine. I'll also send the divorce papers over to you within the next couple of days, so make sure you sign them quickly.
Hang on.
Also, you can tell your mom that I am so glad that I will never have to deal with her again. I'm finally free of her criticism, and I seriously couldn't be happier.
But
What?
you're not supposed to be happy. Plus, you can't just kick me out of the house. I have nowhere else to go. I can't move in with Clara.
Well, that's your problem now, isn't it? I'm sure your mom would love it if you moved back in with her, so why don't you do that?
I don't want to live with my mom.
Well, looks like you're out of options then. Oh well. Good luck, Victor. But I'm going to go and live my life free of you and your bullying and toxic mother. And I seriously can't wait for it. Bye. After telling Victor off and exposing him for the horrible man that he is, I went ahead and gave him the divorce papers. He tried to argue that the house should be his, along with half of my monthly income. However, the judge ruled in my favor. He said that because Victor was the one who cheated, he should be the one to pay compensation to me for emotional damages. I mean, I wasn't too broken up about it, but I am happy for the extra little bit of money. Since then, Victor and Clara broke up, and he has had to stay with his parents whilst he tries to save up for a house. Can't say I envy him there. As for me, I found a job which is perfect for me. After graduating college, I was able to get a graduate job at an archaeologist firm, and since then, I've worked my way up the ranks a little bit so that I'm earning a decent amount of money. Whilst I might have lost my marriage, it wasn't really one worth mourning considering how he treated me. So I'm more than happy to go out into the world and find someone who is going to treat me right and like how I deserve.